Story time, so make sure you sit back, relax, and let's get on with the chisme. So I have a cousin and we'll call her Luna. Luna has 5 children and is currently pregnant. So there's nothing wrong with having a bunch of kids, but the problem is that each one of her children have different dads. And every time she gives birth, the relationship between her and her now ex-boyfriends get bad. The problems with Luna got even bigger when her second son, who we'll call Anthony, met his dad for the first time because his grandparents, which is Luna's parents, introduced him to his dad. And when Luna found out, she was so mad at her parents. And then my other cousins, who are Luna's siblings, also aren't happy with her, especially because she wouldn't let her kids visit their grandparents or their uncles or their cousins, second cousins, great grandmother, and great uncles. We didn't see Luna or her kids until this year, so it's been a while. And when Luna popped up, she decided to tell everyone the shocking news that'll change everything. She ended up telling the entire family that she found another guy, but it isn't a random guy. It's her older stepsister's father. We'll call him Luke. And when my aunt found out, she was so pissed off. If you're confused, Luna is dating her stepdad, her mom's husband. So like I said, my cousin Luna revealed to us that she was dating her stepdad. We were all in shock, and obviously her mom was pissed off because that's her husband. After my aunt found out the news, she ended up kicking her out, and she also kicked out her 3 kids. So again, we didn't see my cousin Luna or her kids for a while. That was until her 3 older kids, who we'll call Alexa, Felipe, and Anthony, they had had enough with their mom. They were tired of it and they just ended up moving out. So her 3 kids were living with one of our family members when a few months later it was revealed by Alexa that her mom, my cousin Luna, is pregnant again. And the father was Luna's stepdad. So once the baby is born, he or she will be a nephew/step sibling. We don't know how this relationship with her stepdad is gonna go, but Luna has never let her children meet her fathers, and she doesn't even trust them at all. Last week we found out that she's actually keeping track on her 3 older children and their phones to see where they're going. Everything my cousin's doing though is really messed up, and her children and their fathers have the right to see each other. Now everyone in our family hates Luna, even me. And her older 3 kids really hate her, and they'll likely never forgive her for her wrongdoings.
Am I wrong for refusing to help my daughter with her car payment because she is a stripper? I, 42 male, have a 22-year-old daughter. She's in college and lives on campus. I agreed to help her make her car payments since she was in school. I was recently informed by a young man I work with that my daughter strips at a club about 40 minutes away. I confronted her on this, and she said she didn't plan to do it after she graduated and just needed some money. I told her then to work at McDonald's, not use her body. We got into an argument, and I asked her to quit stripping and get a decent job then. She refused and said stripping was easy money, so basically I said there was no need for me to pay her car payment anymore since she is making money so easily. She got upset and said that wasn't fair and that she doesn't make enough for that. I told her to figure it out. She told my wife about what happened, and my wife was upset by her job choice, but says it's unfair for me to stop supporting her so suddenly over an argument. I think it's perfectly fair. It's my money and my decision when to cut it off.
Tell me if you think this was racist or not. I got along with everybody in school. Like, I did not have enemies. I don't know how girls were always trying to fight each other. Like, I couldn't understand how things could get to that point. But I remember distinctly in 4th grade that there was this one girl who just could not stand me. And it's not that she would seek me out to be mean to me necessarily, but she would just avoid me and make faces at me, which I, for the most part, ignored. Not because I was trying to be the bigger, better person as a 9-year-old, because I actually thought she was really cool and I had to, like, win her favor. I remember one time the teacher actually partners us together for something. And I think, yay, I actually get to be friends with her. We were supposed to, like, shake hands to start. I have no idea what we were supposed to be doing. Tell me how she had to basically be forced to touch me. So instead of shaking my hand, she just gave me, like, one of her fingers. And I was just like... And I do remember my little kid brain being like, why was she scared to touch me? And it became very clear to me in that very second, this girl does not want anything to do with me. And again, in my kid brain, it didn't make sense because I was like, I've been nothing but nice. I have been sharing with her. I couldn't understand, us all as kids, why we wouldn't want to interact with each other. Like, it wasn't like I was a boy and I was being annoying. And I was just another kid and I couldn't see the differences there. But then I realized in her brain, and it really clicked for me, that there are people who consider themselves above other people. That entire project that we had to do together, she did not acknowledge. She pretended like I was not there and I did not exist. Girly, what did I do to you? From that moment on, those were one of the things that created what I call my silent era, which was very strong in middle school and took forever to get out of. There are people who legitimately know me from the past as being this loud class clown, and there are people who only know me as the quiet kid. And for me, it's crazy because I remember both. Because I am both. Yeah, y'all let me know. This could have been a kid thing, or this could have been something way more sinister.
If y'all want to hear about how I got my lick back on my lying, cheating ex of 4.5 years who cheated on me my whole relationship, stay tuned because this is juicy. So after catching my ex for the first time, obviously I was heated, so I wanted to get my lick back. And he already had a suspicion of one of my good friends family members, he was just like, I just feel something. And like, we never showed nothing. Like, he never even had to meet this guy to have a suspicion. Now, was he wrong? No, but like, I never even seen this person, and me and like that, you know. And when me and this family member of my friend, like, you know, if we were in a relationship, like, we weren't disrespectful and we never messaged each other, whatever, right? But we just so happened to both be single because, baby, you cheated on me. Bye, right? So I hit up homeboy and I was like, hey, what's up? And he was like, hey, what's good? Da 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 da, right? Give him the rundown of what happened. He was like, so what's up? You want to come over? And I was like, I'll be right over, babe. Now, y'all are like, okay, it's not that juicy. Okay, here's the second part, okay? So now the second time I caught him cheating, y'all, I was like, oh, you got me all the way up, okay? So he up my car, right? When I found out him cheating the second time, I found out he was cheating the whole entire 4.5 years. I have to make a separate story time about that because it's wild, right? And he's disgusting, like, gross. So whatever. He found my car and blew the engine, and he bought a new engine, but we were waiting for it to get sent in. So I was like, I gotta stay until this car is fixed, because I ain't about to leave my car. Like, I bought my car brand new off the lot, paid it off, no payments. It's a good car, right? It's a Honda. Hondas are great cars. Now, y'all could call me shiesty, grimy, dirty, right? But like, I deserve to get my lick back like this because he did me horrible. Like, no excuse, right? After all the shit I went through and put up with. Anyways, so I waited for my car to get fixed. The engine got put in. It took a minute. Like, I won't lie, it took a minute for the engine to be delivered to the house and then him get it installed because his brother's a mechanic, so he put it in, right? And the car, like 2-3 days after the car was fixed, I had already gotten an apartment, okay, of my own, and my friends were all in it to help me move out while he was at work. So 3 days after the car being fixed, the night before I planned on moving into my apartment, I told him, I was like, by the way, I'm leaving and I'm moving out tomorrow. And it was sad, don't get me wrong, it was sad, but I had to do what I had to do. I was scared though. Like, I was like, damn, I was like, am I doing the right thing? I wasn't sure if I was making the right choice, to be honest. I was like, dang, maybe I should give him another chance. Oh, but I didn't mention, like 2 weeks before I moved out, I found out homeboy cheated on me again. But he was so drunk, he didn't remember, so it shouldn't count because he was so drunk and his friends convinced him to do it. But when I caught him cheating that third time is when I was like, all right, I need to wrap it up. And that's when I got the apartment. My sister helped me get like my apartment together. She gave me the money, you know. She was just like, I want you out of there, like, no, go. So as soon as I caught that third time, and the car still wasn't ready at that time, so that's why it took me so long. But your girl is out living her best life, and guess what, he still wants me. So needless to say, your girl got her look back and her car fully fixed. No, babe, I won this time.